Supposed to, I told him. Hello, it's still you, Richard.
Long visit, bro.
How long is that you, Kevin? Okay, great. We're just waiting for Stephanie and then we'll be gone.
But what's going to miss is
We'll give her a couple more minutes. Excited for me anyway. Here comes Eric. Okay. I've got Kevin and Richard, so I'm just waiting for Stephanie.
Can we start if they come on?
Oh, we have to take roll call though. And take it
Maybe we
out.
say that they come on later.
Good. What are you taking some?
I'll wait 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
Vitamins or something? You look, you don't, it doesn't seem like 10 years. Like you did yesterday. Okay.
Come to my house for the cocktail.
Sounds good.
All right, should we go without Stephanie? There, is that Stephanie? Okay, great. I got everybody on board then. Can you hear me okay, Stephanie?
I sure can, yeah.
Jack.
Okay.
Kobe.
Eric?
Quiet.
The meeting is called to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
John Namatuli,
Yeah.
Eileen,
Here.
Stephanie,
Here.
John McCrod,
Here.
I am here, Richard,
Here.
Kevin,
Here.
Is that it? Thank you. We have a quorum. Since the minutes of the May 30th, 2018 meeting has been posted and distributed in advance, the minutes will not be read. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the May 30th meeting?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay.
Second.
Any discussions? No? All in favor to approve the minutes of the May 30th meeting, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no.
Aye.
The minutes of the May 30th meeting are approved by general consent. Okay, we'll go to the president's report. It's short and sweet. Welcome. Well, it's finally here. The long-awaited ballot on the balcony railings will be sent next week. Decisions are made every day affecting the association regarding finances, maintenance of amenities, property values, safety, parking, and rule enforcement. Boards are accused of taking too much action, not enough action, or taking wrong actions. Our board has been under scrutiny for taking important and necessary actions. There's negative rhetoric going around our association, the likes of which I have never heard before. This is disruptive, destructive, deceiving, and divisive. It's pitting neighbor against neighbor. Where all this hate is generated from, I can only speculate, and why people are listening to it only confuses me. We want to dispel any rumors surrounding the concrete balcony restoration project. There's a group of uninformed owners contacting people they have never met or spoken to, saying that project assessment to each owner would be between $30,000 and $50,000. That would put the project over $8 million, a figure in excess of the anticipated cost. We do not know how this cost was derived, as the cost of the concrete restoration project will be determined by the choices made by the majority of owners responding to the polls. The package will be sent out next week. Please read it thoroughly, carefully, and respond with your choices. As you know, the Board of Directors of the Regency Tower has the authority to make alterations or improvements to the common property without requiring a vote of the unit owners. It was the board's decision to undertake this sorely needed project. The vice president of a group of owners, Ron Lindsay, filed for arbitration with the Division of Condominiums to challenge the decision. The arbitrator sided with the association. Lindsay was not satisfied, so he appealed the decision to the circuit court, which likewise decided on the side of the association. Lindsay then appealed to the 4th District Court of Appeals and once again lost. The cost of this to our association was well over $25,000 in attorney fees, which we all must pay. Why is this not an important point that this group seems to avoid in all their derogatory literature about the board? Within the next few weeks, we will have a town hall meeting with the engineer, general contractor, and railing contractor. We will also invite guests from neighboring buildings that have the glass railings, giving us the pros and cons of the glass. Out of necessity, this board is going to go forward and make this building a jewel on the Galt with much time, consideration, cost containment, and as little inconvenience as possible. Thank you. Next, we'll have the financial report.
Thank you. Now I know how the Christians felt when they were being fed to the lions. Regency Tower is doing quite well financially. January 1st to July 31st this year, our total income was $911,919. Total expenses for the same period were $878,842 for a net gain of $33,070. On January 1st, 2018, we had deposits in our 9 banks totaling $847,666. On July 31st, we had $1,179,503 in deposits, an increase year-to-date of $331,893. Included in the reserves were $108,000 for painting and $176,000 for balcony. We're meeting our budget goals in all item expenses except for salary and wages. Year-to-date, we're $9,300 over plan. And that was a result of it in July. There were 3 pay periods in that and put us out of whack. Each pay cost us roughly $20,000 to $22,000 a pay period. That extra one put us in the red. It'll even out over the next 6 months. In waters and sewers, we're $4,000 over plan, and that's additional water uses. Legal services was $17,600 over plan as a result of the Lindsay lawsuit, foreclosure proceedings on a unit, and expenses generated to answer numerous requests for information from the Alliance. Arrears total $26,400. One account is in a total of $11,467. That unit was just foreclosed on, and we will be getting them money, all our attorney fees and all back maintenance fees. The check we'll receive will be approximately $15,000 to go into the operating fund. We have 3 other accounts that are 31 to 60 days in arrear, and 1 unit 60 to 90 days in arrear. Any questions on that? Please.
Yeah, and in the mailroom, you have the statement says
Yeah.
operating loss, 26,000
That was for the month.
for July.
Yeah, for the month of July. If you go underneath, right
Just had
underneath.
one sheet in there, yeah, one page.
Well, it's one sheet, but second column, go down, the sheet, the year to date. You're right, it was 26,000 in July, but the year to date is right underneath.
And it's
1 month, yeah, it's the same thing. 1 month on top, year to date in the middle.
So we're at a net operating loss because of excess salaries, one.
That one pay period, that was 22,000 alone for that.
22,000?
Yeah, a pay period.
That could be posted on the website.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It is.
It is.
No, it
They-
isn't.
Well, they say it is.
Is
but
it?
We couldn't
It
find it.
isn't. Just look at it. It ain't.
It is. All the financial reports that John gives me, it's posted on the website.
Show me.
I'm not gonna show you right now, I'll show you
I
on
tried
Monday.
to go and show it to me before the meeting.
Questions?
It did seem to show that the actual revenue was less than the budgeted revenue, but you're saying that wasn't the case? And the one in the middle. Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Here, I'll move that
I didn't
over.
mention that at all.
Okay, what is that?
I think he's over it.
What's that?
Did you have a question for him? Kevin?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, but I was just having a hard time hearing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Are you done?
Yeah, just to answer your question, month to month you go up and down, but I tend to look at the 6 or 7 month period, which gives you a better indication. As I say, you have one, I don't know, you get a water bill of $55,000 twice a year. So if you put that in, it whacks the hell out of that month.
Oh, I
So I would tend to say, you know, concentrate
Okay, I
on that.
appreciate it. I
Sure.
understand that.
Okay? Thank you. That will be filed for audit.
Sure.
Okay. New business. After about a year and a half, we have selected metro caulking and waterproofing MCW. There were 5 bids, although one was not considered because they do not electrostatic and paint of the railings. MCW was not only the lowest bidder, but the one that we feel best suits our needs. We have several recommendations from high rises on the beach, from Pompano to Boca Raton. Do I have a motion to select MCW as the general contractor for the concrete balcony project?
You can make a statement on behalf of your owners.
I'm not there yet.
I'm asking to make a statement.
Okay, I'm making a
before
motion
you
right now.
make
We're making a
decision.
motion right now. Do I hear a motion? Richard?
Yes.
Okay, Stephanie.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Stephanie and, who's
Stephanie.
Okay.
Can I ask one question? Just one question.
But-
I'm the president of Lagoon School in Weston. And whenever the board asks the full authority to make whatever maintenance work that is necessary, that is the statute.
I mean, I can't hear anything.
I can't do them. I'm sorry.
In respect to board, the board has the authority to, on its own,
Richard can't either.
We're turning it around. Wait. I have it up high on for us.
the board has the authority, as per Florida statute, to make whatever maintenance work that is necessary without submitting it to owners. But if the project is something new,
Still can't
if the
hear.
project is something new, then it must be submitted to the owners. And if it is something new, as per statute, it requires 75% of it. That is a fact. I've been on the board for
Okay,
18 years.
someone's talking.
That's how we make decisions. So my question.
Yeah, Eileen, this is Kevin.
The
I
glass
can't hear
restoration,
anything
is
except
that
what you.
something new or is that maintenance?
Nor can Richard.
None of these folks on the phone could hear anything you said. Restoration, just by
Eileen,
definition,
if this helps you, when you gave your opening speech, it came through perfectly.
Yeah, I'm right in front of it, that's why. I'll try to turn it around when they're talking.
When you were speaking was
Pardon?
best.
Okay, John's talking.
yeah. I think that by definition, restoration is restoring something. It's a maintenance issue.
Restoring something
Right.
that is presently exists, right?
Because we've had chunks of those things fall off.
So-called, there is no glass right now, so that is not.
That's going to be subject
That
to
is
a
going
vote.
out for a vote.
Oh,
That
that's
is going out to a vote.
subject-
Yes,
It's
yes.
going out next week.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
that'll be
going out
subject
for a
to
vote.
75%
Yeah.
membership.
Yes.
No,
No.
no.
I'll tell you how.
Okay, well, but we are sending that out for a vote. I have the ballots, we're gonna send everything out Tuesday probably.
Oh, he's saying it's 75% for standing.
No, it's, well, according to our attorney, it's, unless otherwise specified in your document, so that's why we're sending it out for a vote. We are definitely doing that.
And what percentage of the owners?
We're going to send it out as a courtesy, and it's gonna be the majority of those who respond to the poll. By September 28th, everybody sends it in, and that's how we're gonna do
And
it.
it will be tallied at the board meeting.
It'll be tallied in front of everybody, yeah, there'll be 3 different things to tally. Okay, do I have that motion?
Excuse me.
Wait, I'm making a motion, yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
The 3 different things, would the price be there, what each one costs?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Well, I'll explain it if I get my motion done.
If we, yeah.
Do I hear a motion? Was that you, Richard?
Did Richard do it?
Richard,
Okay. Do I hear a second? I mean,
Stephanie.
That was Stephanie, I think, right? Okay.
Yes, I make a motion or I second.
Okay. Any discussion? We're gonna have that. Okay. All in favor of selecting
I'd like to make a statement or a request before a decision is made by the board.
Okay,
The directors have received, given them to you personally today, a request to delay any action on this matter, on the concrete renovation project.
you just handed it to me.
Yes, but I'm reading it so that the people who are not here can hear it, and so that, I know, you have it in writing, and we're going to refer to it. We're asking that any decision be postponed until the fall, when the more owners can attend, because so many are out of town, as you can see here. And also because we believe that an issue of this sort, there should be adequate information provided to all the owners before a decision is made by the board, so that questions can be asked. Just seems appropriate. The request that I provided you has been endorsed by 96 owners, and we're still counting. You realize that the notice of the meeting was posted just 2 days ago, where only those who are in the
It's a
building.
48-hour board meeting.
Perfectly fine, but only those who are, this is a major.
Yeah, but this is only for this
Could
part
I
of it. We're
finish?
going to do
Could I
everything
finish
later.
my statement?
Well, let me answer.
I haven't asked you any questions.
I can respond to what you're talking about then.
Fine.
Okay, this is just a preliminary. We're not signing a contract, we're only selecting. We are sending out a packet with about 10 pages Tuesday with all the information you'll ever want to know about everything. And the 3 polls, well, it's actually 2 polls and 1 on shutters.
We're making a decision on one vendor without any of us having seen what the other bids were like.
They will be online,
After you voted
Yes.
here today.
yes.
Yes, that's what we're asking you to defer until the.
Now, we
fall.
can't stop
So that-
any longer. This thing has been going on for 2 years. We have to,
So
the
2
building
more
is falling
months-
apart.
2 more months to do it. Anyway, that's what we're asking. We have
Okay.
96 owners. I
Okay.
think that's a significant number of
Okay,
owners.
yes.
Now, I'm also gonna ask that this petition be added to the minutes of the meeting, and that it be replied by every of the board members be noticed in the minutes. And that would be fair for all the owners to know that a request was made by almost half the owners
Okay,
on how the different members of the board.
okay.
That's my statement, you have to.
Name, please.
I mean,
Kim Price.
will you repeat what the person saying, like, it's not audible for people on the phone?
Okay, I have to turn on. Kim Price.
In regards to this letter that I was just handed out today, my name is on here, and nobody asked me if I could have my name on here. So the validity of this, I call into question.
Thank
You
you.
only have
Right,
time
that
to
was
check people
because-
as they were putting.
Well,
it
all
out
I'm
there.
saying is my name is on here, and no one asked for me permission for my name to be added. Yeah, it's on here.
Thank you, Kim. That's what
So
I'm
my
saying.
name is not, my name is on here, no one.
I think so.
I know.
Whenever we have any kind of voting or anything, everything has to be signed by the unit owner. You know, and I think that if you want to present something like that, you should follow the same rules we
We
follow.
had 2 days.
I understand. I completely understand.
2 days, and we could not collect signatures until half the people
I
are not.
completely
Okay, but you
understand.
cannot ignore that there are 96 people or 95
Well, we-
that are that
Well,
actually
I
are added. I'm sorry, that are requesting just to
And-
receive some information about the project.
We are going to be sending it out.
Before
I
any
completely-
decision is made. So if
I
now
completely
you are making decisions anyway.
Yeah, but we
then
can't
it is
have a
so
price
unfair.
on anything
I
if
won't
we don't
interrupt
have
you.
somebody.
I never interrupt.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
If today the members of the board, 7 people, will make a decision anyway, okay, you are deciding the contractor who will manage the work. It's a big decision. If you are deciding the contractor who will make the job, it means that you have already evaluated all the bids. It means that you already have the cost of the job, it means that you already know how much this constructor is asking for. So you already have an idea of what the project will cost. So you have an idea of what what has to be done according to the project. We owners, we don't know anything, and I'm sorry, and nobody is here. We are very few of us in the building. So all that 95 people are asking for is for any decision to be made in fall, because there will be more people here and we will have the time to go over whatever information you want to send us, and it would be fair. So right now, if you are ignoring 95 owners of this building, you have to take responsibilities for this. Every and each one of you 7, are you ready to do this? Because you are making a decision going against 95 owners, and you represent the owners. So who are you representing today?
Okay. First of all, I agree with what you're saying. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I think I said enough.
You said enough? Okay. You know, this project has been underway for about 24 months. We've been getting bids from a number of contractors. There have been a lot of people, not just the 7 board members, but there were other board members who are no longer here. There have been people who reside in the building who were consulted.
I have consultants who contractors
Okay.
in the building.
There was a member of the homeowners association that was invited to attend, you know, and ended up resigning. So we try to vet a lot of this stuff and get the best result that we can, okay? And so this has been going on for a while. In the meantime, we've had chunks of the building fall off and hit cars, and we feel it could be a safety issue. There are some balconies where the tiles are, you know, you really can't even safely go out on those balconies. This project really is overdue, and I understand what you're saying. But we feel that by the process and the people that we consulted and the engineers who have opined and the number of, we've gone out and gotten recommendations from a variety of buildings who have used the various contractors, we feel that we're at least ready to make a decision to see that we can move forward and get some prices.
But this is the
No one knows what the cost is going to be. And that's one thing about the project. The other thing is I sat here and I looked at this list. One person said that their name. I would be willing to sit down and call everybody on this list to question whether or not their name should be here. And maybe there's more people than you have here. I don't know. But, you know, I just think that we have to have a process.
But the point is that now you are making a decision anyway, so you are taking responsibility.
We're not signing any contracts. I least said that. We're deciding on who is going to go and do the work, and then the owners will opine, and then the owners will opine on the amount of work that will be done and the cost of the project.
Okay.
And we've agreed that we will take, you know, the majority of the opinion of the owners. So if 100% of the owners respond to the poll, we'll go by the majority. If 50 owners respond to the poll, we go by the majority, okay? And we'll give plenty of people time. In the interim, like Eileen said a few minutes ago, we're gonna have a town hall meeting with all of the folks here, okay? Where you can come in and ask questions, and they'll have answers for you. Okay, it's just to start moving this forward. This project is far from beginning, but we need to start moving forward at some point, and I think that this is the point that we need to do it.
Yes.
Hi, I'm David Laffey from 501. I just want to say a couple quick things. While Kim is on the list, and maybe shouldn't be, I was only asked today, and I'm on the list because I believe in open communication.
I agree.
I live away, and I'm only here on weekends, and very rarely, I'm not even a snowbird, I'm just a weekend bird. But I just feel like we have to hear more information before, with this many people. So I put it back at 96 because they asked me today, and I guess it was after they typed this up. And I said, yeah, I'd like to know more before a decision is made. So just want to say, you know, while there may be people on there that by mistake, there are some that aren't, and I don't know how many. I didn't make the list. So I also think that we ought to select what project is going to occur before we get the prices. I don't understand how that works, that you pick the contractor and then you tell them
No.
what they're gonna do, because it could be very different depending on the scope of the project. Whether it's glass, one contractor may be better than another, or if it's just a restoration, another may be better. It doesn't make sense to select the contractor at this point, in my view, and I'm in the construction business. So anyway, and I also think to what you said, it's not an emergency. Yes, it has been 24 months, and we're all getting tired of hearing about it, but it's not an emergency, and it's not gonna it's not gonna hurt us to wait just a little bit longer until more information can be gathered. So thanks for letting me speak.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi. When you mentioned that some of the concrete chunks had fallen off and hit cars, were those balconies repaired immediately?
We had it was like a year or two ago, we had a company come out and we spot did a bunch of them that looked really bad. It was like about almost $20,000, I think, for the patching.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that we're not in like a crisis mode right now or whatever.
Well, there are, and we've got to get started.
It sounds to me, I may be wrong, that people here want to be a part of electing the contractor.
Well, that's a board decision.
The thing is, you said you've been working on this for over 2 years, and we've been hearing about it. But I haven't seen a single bit of information. You mentioned, or I think you mentioned who the bidders are.
Okay, talking back there.
This is the first I hear who the bidders are. What was the scope of the job? What is it that
If I'm
they
not
are doing?
mistaken, didn't not Ron, but Tony, didn't he send out a spreadsheet with all of the information on it?
Who?
Tony Viceroy? Because I'm the
I have
member.
no idea.
He sent it to my house from the homeowners
Has the board
association.
made information available so that we could all be, not only now, but 3 months ago or 6 months ago, perhaps it could have been finished if you had provided information. There's nothing anywhere that we know. What's the scope of the job? How many bidders? How are the bidders being considered? Who is doing the reviews? You said you have opinions from engineers. Where are those opinions? What do they say? They say it's an emergency. Who says so? On what basis?
They've,
No, that was my question. I asked you.
Well, no, but he mentioned that they had an engineer say that yes, that it had to be done.
well, they've all reviewed the quotes and opined on the work.
We had our structural engineer,
Who is the structural engineer?
John Evans from Spec.
And who is he?
He's our building.
Do we have information on him? How was he selected? What is his capability?
He's been with our building. He's done every
Doesn't
major.
do me any good.
Well,
He
it
could be
doesn't.
300 years old for all I know.
No, he's not. Younger than you.
What I'm saying is that, I mean, everything may be
Huh?
perfect, Eileen. Everything may be perfect. It's just that it's not available. It may be that we're all saying, great choice,
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead.
great
with this
decision.
now. Okay.
But it's just that we don't see it.
You will see plenty. We're going to have
We're gonna
meetings.
see plenty after you've made a
Just,
decision.
we're not signing the contract. It's
You are
something that-
selecting the
Yes,
company.
we are.
Because
Those, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
So the record-
Stephanie?
Aye. Aye. For Stephanie.
Richard?
Richard, aye.
Kevin?
Aye for Kevin.
Okay. The ayes have it. The motion to approve MCW has been approved to be the general contract for the concrete project. Now, the next step will be sending out our options package. A lot of time and work into this package. It will be mailed out next week and also emailed. Everyone will have choices to make. The most awaited one will be a poll on selecting or to repaint the aluminum picket railing or replacing the railing with glass. Another poll will be selecting the balcony flooring. If you wish to keep your tile and the engineer says it's okay, removing your tiles and replacing it with either the pre-selected tile or knockdown finish. The third questionnaire is for shutters. Many residents have said that they would like to remove their old inoperable shutters. The contractor has agreed at a very inexpensive price to have them removed, but this is the responsibility of the individual owners. So you can see there's a lot to be decided before the actual project begins. There will be a deadline to return the polls of September 28th. The responses to these polls will determine the final amount of the assessment. Even though the board has the authority to make these decisions in accordance with our governing documents, we have decided to put it out for your vote. The final count will come from the majority of responses sent in by September 28th. Example, if only 10 responses are sent in and 6 6 people pick pickets, then that's it. So your vote is very important. Okay, now we're going on to the next. The attorney.
Eileen,
Yes. Yes.
what is the date that they have to be returned?
September 28th.
Under, like you said, December, right?
No, September. Okay, next thing on the agenda. Our attorney has requested that we authorize 1 or 2 people who will make any calls to their office. This is usually the president and the general manager. I have a motion to authorize the president and general manager to be the ones to communicate to the attorney with others getting permission. Do I hear a second?
Aye.
I second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Kevin says aye.
Aye, okay. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, the motion to authorize the president and general manager to communicate with the attorney has passed. Next is our employee health insurance contract renewal. It was, renewal was up in June, we have renewed it. We need to ratify this to make it official. We changed from United Healthcare to Aetna. May I have a motion to ratify the contract for the employee health insurance?
I make a
Richard,
motion.
so moved.
Richard, do I hear a second?
I second it.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Kevin says aye.
Definitely aye.
Those opposed, no. I don't think there were any. The ayes have it. The renewal of the employee health insurance contract has been ratified from United Healthcare to Aetna. Next, Andy will give us an update on the Comcast.
At this moment, what we did was we installed 3.
Come over here so they can hear it too. Okay.
At this moment, we installed 3 hotspots. One in the exercise room and the lobby, one in the game room, and also another one in the pool area. We'll probably be able to get it in the barbecue patio area also. In order to get onto the Xfinity, you need a Comcast email and also a password from Comcast. So it'll be Comcast.net, whatever. So if you have an account with Comcast, you should be able to have a password and a email. The next, in a week or so, we should be having the outside wiring done on the building. Right now, all the wiring that we have on the outside of the building is very corroded. And as you look at the building itself, you can see all the caps that go around the outside of the wiring, really bad shape. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be taking off those caps, taking out the wiring, and putting brand new wiring. And they're going to be doing each stack at a time. So they'll have a stage, let's say the 6th stack, then go to the 7th stack, and et cetera, right all the way around the building until they're finally finished. And once they're done with that, then they'll come in and they'll wire the wire inside the units. And they're going to coordinate that with each unit owner because they have to come inside and wire it.
On the outside stack, is that going to be an interruption of service?
No, it should not be an interrupter of service at all. Because what they're going to be doing, Kim, is they're going to bring the wire down, and then when they come into the unit, then they're going to connect the wire. Yes?
What is the assessment on that?
There isn't,
I'm sorry?
Or is it when it just goes,
it was a contract that we already approved.
Right. Yep, I think Comcast appropriated $86,000 to wire the building. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think that's about it. I mean, if anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
So when do you think that'll happen? Like, for us to have it in our.
Well, as far as everybody's asking about the internet, and if I had a guess, I keep guessing, and it's always wrong. If I had a guess, I would say Thanksgiving.
Oh.
So, are we gonna get another credit back because we were charged?
But we're not going to bill you for it.
Not gonna bill till the last quarter?
What we're going to do from now until the end of the year,
Yeah.
we're not going to charge you at all.
Oh, okay.
If we have to charge you a month, we'll just probably take it out of the operational expenses. Okay?
And then when it's all set up,
Yes, sir.
Comcast will give everyone an email,
Yes.
because as
Right.
of now, I don't
Okay.
have
And then
Comcast email.
I think what they did before, maybe Eric could probably correct me, but I think you had some kind of a community effort here, where they came in here and they put, they give all the, they give you the equipment, they give you your modem, and they give you your DVR, and et cetera.
And we got a new thing for the TVs too, right?
Right,
New
yes.
cable, everything.
Everything will be new.
Do they install it?
And
Or you?
Yeah,
they'll
they-
install everything.
Oh, okay.
Under no circumstance I want anything to do with Infinity.
Okay.
Infinity is notorious to take bribes from Mr. Berkovich time and time again. So, nothing to do
My
with
understanding, Doctor.
Infinity.
Yes, Doctor, you got,
Comcast only.
right, you got your last, I think you got
Took
$1.30.
several bribes from him.
I think you have a $1.30 credit coming to you, and you're gonna be getting a check.
Gregory, Comcast and Xfinity is the
It's the same company.
It's the same
Something
company.
like that. Taking bribes from Infinity. So, nothing to do with Infinity.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. Thank you for the update.
Comcast and Xfinity is the same company.
And it's approved.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is, it's just a discussion, it's not a vote or anything, but on our Jimmy Clifford. We've had numerous complaints about the old air pressure machines in the gym. As you walk in, there's things on the right. I have, with the help of Iris Anastasia, who originally set up the gym, and Stephanie DeAngelis and Leonardo Moscato and myself, investigating for new equipment. We're trying to decide what is better, 4 separate upper body machines or a couple combination machines. We haven't, we also haven't priced all the options at this point. Any suggestions that you have would be appreciated. I have a thing with a bunch of different.
And the people deciding to use the machines.
Pardon me?
The people deciding to use the machine, so they can judge the machine.
Yes.
Like you do.
I use them every morning, thank you.
There's 20,000 cars worth of machines that are hardly ever used.
Which ones? I
The
use
ones
them.
where you, in the back. and
I do all those.
Most
I
people
use
hardly
them every
ever
day.
use them at all.
I use them every day, and
Yeah.
Well, I don't see anything.
at 2 o'clock, there's usually 2 or 3 people in there.
I hope
using
they
the same
take a lot
equipment.
of time to really make a great decision on that.
Yeah, we need the upper body ones, those other things are.
There's
Could use another friend now.
What? Yeah, we were going to, but it got fixed, so we didn't rush into it.
What's wrong with what's there? It works fine.
Yes. Yes. Okay, we'll put that, yeah, I think somebody else wanted that too. I'll put all that down and we have to price all this stuff.
John, I mentioned a moment ago that I was president of my association. Let me just share my experience with you guys.
I'm sorry you
We had
guys
to
can't
Are
hear.
they-
pave the road,
Eileen, can you hear me? It's Stephanie.
which is considerable
Yes.
expense.
I
We,
also
as a
wanted to
board,
ask that the new
knew
treadmill
that we had the
was
authority.
Yeah, we're gonna, you and I are gonna talk on that, we'll have, look into everything.
Based on our homeowners.
Okay, perfect.
And we did, in fact, selected the contract. We did. But what we did was, we had a meeting. And there were 3 bidders. And we explained to the board, to the owners, A, B, and C
The call went-
submitted.
Yeah, we lost you guys
bid.
in there.
Are you there?
Want A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's,
What's mine?
I know you can't hear when they talk outside.
And based on the recommendation, they
I'm
said,
sorry.
we selected, in the, Sanford and Son was the name of the company. We had the authority, we did, and we know that, because it's been over time. But you will be surprised, after we had a meeting, and we explained to the owners why we selected Sanford. We indicated to them the different costs, what each company offered, even though they did not.
I know you probably can't
appreciate
hear,
the
but
fact
it'll
that
be-
The board, as is the case here, made that decision. In the end, I think they were satisfied that we at least explained to them the process and why we selected company A over company A.
You're gonna do the same thing.
You're gonna do the same thing? That's fine. I mean, once you do that, believe me, this is a tame group here.
Right.
This is a tame group.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, you're right.
And I've been a member for 18 years. I've been a president for 18 years. So I've had to deal with these people. Well-educated people, smart people, very assertive. But after we held this meeting, and as I said, explained everything to them and why we selected this guy, going through every issue that was important. They agreed with me.
Thank you.
Okay.
And so what you guys are doing, and if you do what you say you're gonna do, I think people would walk out of here and say, hey, they did their job and appreciate it, because none of you guys get paid. I know.
What?
Wait a minute, paid in blood.
No, we don't get paid, but you know, the
I gotta
point
get
is,
these guys, they can't hear anything.
when you're spending their money, they wanna know how their money is being spent.
Yes, thank you.
Can
Can I just get to the, so we can, they can't hear anything.
Initially, thank you, but I'll call you later. Huh? I'm telling you, I
We need-
don't know what
Right.
Quick suggestion regarding the gym. Normally when I go there, it's really hot. If the air conditioner can be a little bit lower.
We moved it down to it.
Because I mentioned this like a couple of years ago that there is one of the exits of here that is literally not working.
Yeah, we moved it down to what I think which is
My preference
70.
is ask regarding the
68.
machines, each time I go there, I only use the treadmill, which is
That's what
But
it
the
is.
equipment has to appeal to everyone.
Yes,
So that should be the basis for any new equipment.
Yes.
And we're having a special assessment now. Why is there gonna be a special
I don't
assessment?
know,
for-
we don't know how much it is or anything, it's just a discussion on it. I want, you know, I've had more people ask about getting rid of those things, we'll just see what it costs. Who knows, maybe we'll get $20. Mrs. Tam and your son are here. Kayaks. Mr. Tam has once again asked about putting a kayak rack on the beach. I won't give my own personal opinion on this, but I am now asking the Tams to come up with some specs as to what that you envision and where it would be located and how it would look. We also would have to know how big and how much, and then we have to make sure that we can put something on the beach. But if you can give me an idea what you're talking about and how big and how many kayaks would be on it, we'll look into that if that's okay.
The building next door, that's fine.
Something similar to the other building over there. Like,
Because I think on the beach,
not too much. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, how many kayaks is enough? Like, it would probably have to be a drawing if more people wanted than space, I would think. Who's gonna be responsible for it? Like in a hurricane, we're gonna have to schlep them in and we have to think about everything with it, but we're willing to look into it though.
How does the building next door do?
I'm sorry?
The building next door, right next to our building. There's a
They're on the
kayak-
ground though, aren't they?
Well, yeah, I thought you would have looked at
No,
it.
we're talking about a rack.
So you would- No, I think that's what they're talking about.
They're talking about putting a rack up for, building a rack for the kayak. But next door, they're laying on the floor.
No, they're not.
Right next door?
They're right there.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a rack. Well, that would be the easy way to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And how they deal, and
I
I
think
see how
you're
they
both
deal with
right,
it.
there's a rack and there's two laying on the
I always see
floor.
the two on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, so that's a question. Who
Yeah.
puts them on the rack, who puts them on the floor?
Oh, no, we would have to decide.
The question's been around for like 2 years.
Right.
So put the rack.
So why haven't we looked at it?
I don't know why, but we will now. Okay.
Can anybody tell me how big the rack would be? Any idea? How many kayaks we're talking about?
My kayak's 17 feet long. I don't know about others. Most
I
of
mean,
them
don't forget, we have
I don't know
foliage
how to
out
bring it down.
by we have the sand dunes and stuff, and we can't disrupt that. The city put that in, county put it in, who put it in. And it saved us during the hurricane, so I'm not getting rid of that stuff after. All right, but we are gonna look into it, if you can give me some more ideas or anything.
We can give an idea of the size.
Yes, that would be great, thank you, that's all we need. And then we can build it, you know, if it's gonna be out of that PVC stuff, right? Okay? Okay. That's it, may I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn?
Do I hear a second? Second. Any objections? Anybody want to stay around longer? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion to adjourn has passed. Meeting adjourned. Ooh. Now, to give you an idea, this is how big the packet is going to be that you're all going to get. Plus pictures. Thank you, guys. Sorry for so
Take whatever you get, whenever I can get it.
Nobody gets shot. Nobody gets shot.
I only go on the weight machine.
But I never did. This is full time. Nobody read. No, I said, we sign, we report it on the child. People to see it.
Right. No, that's the night out on the background.
No, you're not. I've been everything.
They stand on the sign on the end.
I'm not going to be a lady. On the
We used to have a big one.
that's why you can't be nutty. You think spraying the way to try. I don't separate my ear. You see me here. I don't need crop. No, no,
Cheers,
Yeah, I want to do that
The question you asked about 45 they don't say last year was going to raise the jail. I'm just saying the last number of building. But they're going to, they seem like they're not coming up to you. That's one thing.
Going down to Riviera? Yes. They didn't get a vote. No, class. No, it's a class.
What's the quorum? They're not, they don't have a question. They're not really here to try. It's not effective.
Because like I said, you know, you establish how you're going to change. You can't change it. Bye-bye. Ready for a cocktail?
Always.
Me too.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take this from you.
No.
I love our
You do good, though. You're so much nicer. You do so
I have to say, I want to say, I want to have a go meetings, let them yell and scream, let's talk about things.
Well, they're gonna
And I
close these,
think
and then after that,
at
maybe
the end of the
everybody.
day, even if we have to overrule them, they're gonna do what they have to do. Let them-
Well, we already said that today we were talking, that after this, we're gonna have all the meetings. Everything's gonna be on the website.
Can we schedule a monthly meeting for particular people? And then, we'll have a lot of updates to do.
That's what I'm saying, this project gets going. I can't wait to just go.
This has been used.
I think there's a lot of just they're afraid of what they don't know.
Right, that's our fault, we said it earlier today, it's our fault. We're going forward.
People are scared, they don't know these big numbers. 92 people heard it, 8 million dollars.
I got an email, people have a high rise, La Fontana. The board, they're 100% shut. They're going to go through concrete. The board said the engineer, this is a third engineer, they had engineers at the other board, didn't say this. All these shutters have to come off so they can do the repair, and everybody's got to get impact glass. And they have to pay to put them back on and store them. And they're going to take a corner of concrete off of their patio, a total material alteration. And no votes, no nothing. $43,000 each. Okay, if you want to have a drink, come up. We're going up.
I have someone at home, he didn't even come, but he got anyone else.
Come up
No support?
I'm thinking of changing to what.
He's probably watching on TV.
All right, is there anything?
That's all theirs, that's all theirs.
Everything can be perfect.
Is Andy coming up?
Maybe this is
I have a website for Regency South. So they asked us to do it for them. If we do it for free, not only in the house, the neighborhood stuff. So any changes they make to the board, they have to notify us and post those changes on the website. If they change their board, they don't bother telling anybody. I don't think that's at all. But if you like, I'll give Gary a call. We have to change it. Give me a call Monday, Tuesday, post it. Actually, I'm not getting through all this. I'll get you on every day. But give me a buzz in the morning, I'll get you all the information.
To do general maintenance stuff, that's the board said. Any maintenance work, don't use the owners. That's it. But if you put it up a new structure,
This takes, it can be done for somebody.
Material alteration.
all the but the main
So, what is the real estate, what you know is the good thing. It supposed a lot of good things, but we anybody trying to pull something that is.
Oh, they have concrete restoration.
But that's very
Balconies originally had concrete railings.
I think somebody.
It looked like a Chinese restaurant.
Be aware, that's right, anybody.
And they were falling apart, too close to the ocean.
But it's.
So they had to remove all the
Very
concrete.
misleading.
There's some validity.
To be posting overseas. It's not illegal. It's not illegal.
Balcony floors that were damaged were repaired.
How about the other?
Anybody who had tiles, you have
I mean, you see, you have, you have Nancy, So 10 minutes advertising with the city person and show them the
If you
videotape
have
inside
time,
the building. Look,
you'll say, everybody can say.
show me,
What'll happen is the
Wait a second.
engineer will inspect
show me
it.
that.
He does what's called a sonic test. He also, they look for certain cases where there are problems.
Because I look,
If there are,
before we
he's not gonna let you
approve
do
it,
that.
it was a budget.
In order to fix these problems.
Projection of what it would
If he
cost.
feels that
And
they're
it's so much
balcony structurally sound, then we'll be able to get approved and they won't disturb the hearts.
I can show you. It's exactly what we think. So that were more
But the engineer is just hired by the association to make sure that the
I don't,
contractor does his job properly.
Yeah, for years I know, I thought it, I absolutely.
Actually,
This guy said, we got this done, so pictures of
no one
Sure,
would ever hire.
my contract says I will allow. So show me the contract where it says
I would.
$1,000. It's down. And the basic I will allow.
I have contractors that hire an engineer.
I have no.
They're not independent. They're not work for the week. That's not for.
I would
I'm
love
not
to.
independent.
I never know about it.
Actually,
That's
we
what
have
I
several of them. The guy that did the original down the concrete restoration in 1999. He got a permission. And he worked very bad job.
Did they know that there was somebody that they were gonna be filming? Did the security company agree with that?
That's what I wanted to talk about.
On Facebook already, on YouTube, for everybody to see inside, here or inside the exercise room, always, to see all the entrances and everything. I don't care, I don't really like it. I mean,
Exactly.
because for everybody who's trying to steal the kid or do something.
Next week is sending that.
We'll see what
I think you're exactly right on the money. And it's how that you've actually
Those are the things the security board
participated.
usually take
You
care of.
know,
I don't worry about that.
Obviously,
No, because I work in that business and I know that you don't do
I'm not
that.
saying, I'm not saying.
What I'm saying is usually when something like that is done, somebody else. That's what I'm trying to get at. Somebody will ask me a question. He said, okay, as opposed to being done and nobody approved. That's my issue.
Of course.
Where it's done. Because I can go and start taking pictures of that and stuff. But this is professional people.
I know.
And it's a YouTube, and it's showing. If you wanna, rent somebody and find a corner to provide, it's very easy now, you do it on YouTube.
But that's part of the deal, that's one of the things, you want to do, you want to, part of that, you have to pay
It's communication. I think communication.
And I don't
From
think
that
that,
problem.
I think you're right, I think this should,
And not say they can't do that. Of course, they have to go by the
But you have the garage.
instead of waiting for everything to occur, they should explain we're doing this now.
I don't worry about security.
I'm having a lot of conversations.
Let people know what was happening, as it was happening.
Sure. This is the only thing I can find on the website. Every time you sign up, I go and look and see if we started using it.
On this letter,
Nobody shared anything. You didn't share anything.
This is all I found. I mean, otherwise there's absolutely no content on it.
What do you found?
Well, there's that.
But they don't know anything.
From,
Today, there's somebody who said.
let's go back, we might get it to me.
There's only more.
Yeah, they talked about March,
They probably got the
the
name.
previous ones, that's not since February.
Right.
If you
I don't put anything else into it.
have,
This is the thing, it'll be on Monday.
I just want.
you have the
Oh,
specification
so,
for.
The specifications weren't drawn up.
you don't put it right off because,
I've been president of my board for 12 years. I've never built my farm. So what I do is I do things like I want to do it. And that's how I do it.
No, if you select.
I guess